Welcome to TFP TV. Balochistan on the boil, BNP and BYC unite. The recent shutterdown strike observed in Gwadar and other coastal cities of Balochistan underscores the escalating tensions between the Baloch community and state authorities. This strike, initiated by the Balochistan National Party Mengal, BNPM, was a direct response to the arrests of Baloch Yakjedi Committee, BYC, leaders, including prominent figures such as Dr. Marang Baloch, Bibo Baloch, and Sami Dean Baloch. The closure of businesses, banks, and petrol stations across cities like Gwadar, Ormra, and Pasni reflects the depth of local support for the BYC's cause and highlights the pervasive unrest in the region. The genesis of this unrest can be traced back to a series of events marked by protests against alleged enforced disappearances in Balochistan. The BYC, under the leadership of Dr. Marang Baloch, has been at the forefront of advocating for the rights of the Baloch people, particularly concerning the issue of missing persons. The situation intensified and law enforcement agencies employed measures such as tear gas and water cannons to disperse peaceful demonstrators, leading to casualties on both sides. The subsequent detention of BYC leaders and the filing of terror charges against them have only served to exacerbate the community's grievances. In a show of solidarity, BNPM President Sardar Akhtar Mengal announced a long march from Wad to Quetta, scheduled for March 28, to protest the arrests and to demand justice for the detained activists. Mengal's call to action emphasizes the broader implications of these events, framing them not merely as isolated incidents but as affronts to the national dignity and honor of the Baloch people. The BYC has welcomed this initiative, viewing it as a commendable step towards unified resistance against systemic injustices. The state's response to these protests has drawn criticism from various quarters. The use of force against peaceful demonstrators and the imposition of communication blackouts have been condemned by human rights organizations, which have called for the immediate release of detained protesters and an end to the suppression of dissent. Such actions by the authorities not only violate fundamental human rights but also risk further alienating the Baloch community, potentially fueling a cycle of unrest and resistance. It is imperative for the government to recognize that heavy-handed tactics are counterproductive and serve only to deepen the chasm between the state and its citizens in Balochistan. Engagement through dialogue, acknowledgement of legitimate grievances, and adherence to principles of justice and human rights are essential steps toward de-escalating tensions. The voices of the Baloch people, as represented by organizations like the BYC and BNPM, must be heard and addressed in a manner that fosters trust and reconciliation. The current situation in Balochistan serves as a stark reminder of the urgent need for a comprehensive and inclusive approach to address the long-standing issues faced by the province. Only through mutual respect, understanding, and a commitment to upholding the rights of all citizens can a path toward lasting peace and development be forged. Thanks for watching TFP TV.